Look, y'all, Valentine's Day is on the weekend this year. You know what that means. Every restaurant is going to be packed, loud, and probably rushing your food. Stay home. I've got the perfect lineup of meals for you to make instead. Watch this. Ladies, before you make that marry me chicken, you need to make this propose to me pasta. It's guaranteed to get them down on bended knee. First, cook your spaghetti according to package instructions. And don't forget to salt that water. Next, heat up a large skillet over medium heat. Next, add your olive oil, garlic, and a little bit of basil. Saute for about a minute until it's fragrant. Now this pasta is a seafood feast. Shrimp, scallops, and crab meat, all in one dish. Next, we gotta add that flavor. I'm using that Delta Dust. This is like papados in a bottle. You can get this flavor from UncleDibs.com. Cook your seafood for about 3 to 4 minutes until it's cooked through, and then go ahead and set it to the side. We'll get back to it later. Next, grab any white wine that you may have around the house, and go ahead and drop that right into your skillet. Let that simmer for 2 minutes and then add a little bit of butter. Then add a 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and then add some more of that Delta Dust flavor. Give it a nice mix. Once your sauce starts to bubble, turn it on low, and then add your seafood back to the pan. Now you remember that pasta we made earlier? It's time to bring it to the party. Also, here's a little tip. Do not throw out your pasta water. If your sauce is too thick, you can use that salty pasta water to loosen it up. Add a little fresh parsley and some fresh Parmesan cheese. None of that stuff out the bottle, y'all. Now that's what I call propose to me pasta. This dish was so bussin' I had to break out the champagne. I'm telling you, this right here will seal the deal. To get this full recipe, measurements and all, make sure you visit the link in my bio. That's good, shorty. While your spaghetti noodles are cooking, go ahead and mince up some garlic, also some fresh basil, and then we're gonna grab our shrimp, peeled and deveined. Get a pot nice and hot, add your garlic with the butter, a little bit of lemon zest, then go ahead and throw in that fresh basil, and then add that all-purpose straight drop rub from UncleDibs.com. Add your favorite white wine. Now we got a nice butter sauce, so go ahead and lay your shrimp all up in there. Then add that straight drop rub. I'm telling you, the flavor is amazing. It has oregano, salt, pepper, everything you need. Go ahead and plate your spaghetti, add your shrimp, grab some fresh Parmesan cheese, a little bit of parsley, and you're good to go. That's good, soda. Let's make this creamy garlic butter shrimp spaghetti in less than 20 minutes. Here's a look at everything that you need. First, cook your pasta according to the package instructions. While the pasta is cooking, heat up some olive oil and butter in a large skillet. Add your garlic and cook until fragrant, then add your shrimp. Season up your shrimp before it starts to cook. I'm using that straight drop rub. You can get it from UncleDibs.com. Remove your shrimp from the skillet and set it to the side. In the same skillet, add heavy cream, grated Parmesan cheese. Whisk until the cheese is melted and the sauce becomes nice and thick, shouted. Now all there's left to do is add your cooked spaghetti, add your shrimp, and toss it with the sauce. Now this is a perfect time to add some more seasoning. Remember, you can always add, but you can't take away. Grab a plate, and just like that, we're done in 20 minutes. That's good, shorty. If you're looking for a quick date night dinner, my Cajun crab dip Alfredo is guaranteed to seal the deal. So easy to make, watch this. Begin by salting your water and cooking your pasta till al dente. Heat some olive oil in a large skillet, then add your onions and red bell peppers. Next, add your minced garlic to get those aromas really going in the air. Now let's start working on that sauce. First, we're gonna add some sour cream and then some fresh Parmesan cheese. Mix all of that together, and once it starts to get creamy, we're gonna add that flavor, and we're coming with that Delta Dust. It's like papados in a bottle. You can get this seasoning from UncleDibs.com. Next, it's time to add the star of the show. Fold in that lump crab meat gently. You want those chunks to stay nice and intact. Season up with a little bit more of that Delta Dust. Add your pasta straight to the pan. Mix to combine, and then we're gonna top this off with some mozzarella cheese. a little bit of parsley, and some lemon. To get this full recipe, visit the link in my bio or just go to uncledibs.com. That's good, shorty. Creamy salmon and spinach Alfredo. In a hot pan, add some minced garlic, chopped up salmon, and then season that salmon with that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend. Cook your salmon about 4 minutes on each side, remove and set to the side. Now add some chopped spinach, some chopped onion. Oh yeah, we season our veggies over here too. Give that a good mix. Add 2 cups of heavy cream. Stir over medium heat. Once it starts to bubble, add your favorite pasta. Mix that on in. Remember that salmon? Add your salmon bites back to the pasta with a little bit of Parmesan cheese, some parsley. Give it a mix, and you are good to go, shawty. That's good, shawty. Spaghetti and seafood meatballs. Yeah, I'll take a couple bowls of that. This is how you make this delicious pasta dish. Watch this. First, we're gonna chop up our veggies, and then for the seafood meatballs, we're gonna use catfish, peeled and deveined shrimp, and then also some fresh crab meat. Add this to a food processor and then pulse until it's chopped but not pureed. Next, add your breadcrumbs, your celery, green onion, garlic, 1 egg, and then this seasoning right here, the Delta Dust. This tastes like papados in a bottle. Get it from uncledibs.com. Top with some mayo, mustard, and some hot sauce, and then give it a blend. Add your mixture to a bowl, and then we're gonna form 1.5-inch meatballs and place them on a baking sheet. We're gonna bake these seafood meatballs at 375 for 10 minutes. While those seafood meatballs are cooking, let's make our pasta. Cook 1 pound of spaghetti, and then in a large skillet, melt some butter, add some garlic and heavy cream, along with some Parmesan cheese. Then to build that flavor, we're gonna add that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend and some more of that Delta Dust. Cook for another 2 to 3 minutes, add your meatballs to the sauce, cover for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then toss with your spaghetti. Add your favorite garnish, and then grab a bowl. It's time to eat, shawty. Full recipe is available on my site, or just go to the link in my bio. That's good, shawty. Let's turn that leftover chicken into an easy, cheesy chicken Alfredo pasta bake. Watch this. First, let's grab that leftover chicken. The breast meat is perfect for this recipe. Make sure you get rid of all the bones and also tear away that skin. Now you got yourself a nice appetizer before dinner. You can chop up your chicken with a knife, but I paid too much for this blender, so I'm using it. Pulse your chicken in your food processor so that it's in nice bite-sized pieces. Dump your chicken out and set it to the side. Salt your water, add your pasta, and cook till al dente. In a separate pan over medium heat, add some olive oil, some minced garlic, some heavy cream, and then some chicken broth. Bring everything to a simmer, and then add some fresh Parmesan cheese. Now it's time for that flavor. I'm using that Delta Dust. This tastes like papados in a bottle. You can get it from uncledibs.com. Whisk everything together until your sauce is smooth and creamy. Add your pasta, then add your chicken. Make sure everything is evenly coated with the Alfredo sauce. In a separate oven-safe dish, add your pasta, then add a little bit more of that Delta Dust just for a little extra flavor. Spread everything out, and then sprinkle that mozzarella cheese all over the top. Cover it from edge to edge. Bake at 375 for 20 minutes, and then this is what you get. Who said leftovers can't taste good? Grab yourself a bowl, and then enjoy this cheesy goodness. To get this full recipe, visit the caption or go to uncledibs.com. That's good, shawty. Ladies, that married me chicken is not getting the job done. I'm trying to tell y'all. But this chicken proposed to me pasta is guaranteed to get him down on bended knee. Such an easy recipe. Watch this. Boil a pot of water, add salt, and then add your pasta. I'm using spaghetti. I'm making this Cajun style, so I'm going to be using more than chicken. Add a little olive oil, then add some bacon, some minced garlic, some andouille sausage, and let all those flavors come together. Next, we're going to add 3 boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now for flavor, I'm using that straight drop rub. All the Cajun flavor you need without the spiciness. Get it from uncledibs.com. Once your bacon, sausage, and chicken are fully cooked, remove and set it to the side. Next, deglaze with some chicken stock. Add just a little bit of butter and 1 cup of heavy cream. Our creamy Cajun sauce is coming together nice, but you gotta add that spice. Throw a little bit more of that straight drop rub to give it the flavor it needs. Add some Parmesan cheese on top, fresh grated of course. If your sauce is too thick, just add a little bit of pasta water to thin it out. Next, add your pasta, mix to combine, and then go ahead and add your chicken, sausage, and bacon. I sliced up those chicken thighs into nice little bite-sized pieces. Add a little bit of parsley. I like to finish mine with a little bit of lemon, especially right over the top. Now, if this don't get him on bended knee, ladies, I don't know what to tell you. Grab this full recipe in the link in my bio or uncledibs.com. That's good, shawty. The best stuffed chicken breast and the only seasoning you're gonna need is that Uncle Dibs Dirty Bird rub. Let's get it. First, cut through your boneless, skinless chicken breast. Open it up, lay it flat, oil up your chicken, and then use that Uncle Dibs Dirty Bird rub. Get it at uncledibs.com. I'm telling y'all, this flavor is amazing. Set your chicken to the side, and now let's make the stuffing. We're gonna go in with some diced red onion, some red bell pepper, some garlic, some spinach, and some fresh mozzarella cheese. Add a little olive oil and mix it on up with your hands. Now this is the fun part. Bring your chicken back to the party. Go ahead and grab your filling, stuff it as much as you can, and then go ahead and roll that chicken over, and then grab a couple toothpicks and go ahead and seal that thing shut. Get a skillet nice and hot, and listen to this. Sear your chicken on both sides for about 7 minutes. Then go ahead and throw it in the oven at 375 for about 15 minutes. Then this is what you got. That's good, shawty. You know, down south, we love our grilled seafood, but this time I'm doing it with a little bit of a twist. But before we dive into this grilled salmon and mango salsa recipe, let's talk about its origins. Did you know that this dish was actually inspired by the cuisine of immigrants who came to the United States from Central and South America? These immigrants brought with them a rich culinary heritage which has influenced American cuisine in countless ways. This grilled salmon with mango salsa is a perfect example of how immigrant culture has impacted cooking. The salsa is a delicious combination of sweet and tangy flavors with the addition of fresh cilantro and lime juice, giving it a zesty kick. When paired with perfectly grilled salmon, it creates a flavor explosion that is sure to be bussin'. If you want to see more delicious food like this, I have the perfect show for you. It's called No Borders, Just Flavors, available on United We Dream's YouTube. Make sure you look for your Uncle Dibs on there too, shawty. So next time you're in the kitchen cooking up a storm, remember to appreciate the cultural diversity that makes our cuisine so unique and delicious. But enough talking, let's eat. That's good, shawty. You get tired of those same old salmon recipes and know it's not soaked in butter? It's all about the marinade. Watch this. First, you're going to chop up some garlic and do the same to some parsley. Next, grab some olive oil and drizzle that all over those herbs. For flavor, I'm using that straight drop rub. Think of Old Bay without all that extra salt. You can get it from uncledibs.com. Add a little lemon juice and then give everything a mix. Next, place your salmon fillets in a Ziploc bag and then pour that flavorful marinade all over your salmon. Throw that in the fridge for at least 30 minutes. Preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Go ahead and pour it into an oven-safe dish. Make sure you get any of that reserved marinade all over your salmon. Hit it with a little bit more of that straight drop rub and then bake for 12 to 15 minutes. Healthy, flavorful dish for dinner. To get this full recipe, visit the link in my bio. That's good, shawty. Do not make another seafood boil without my big back butter. Don't worry, Unc's got the recipe. Watch this. Here's everything you need for your seafood boil. Full amounts will be in the caption below. In a large stock pot, add some lemons, some onion, some garlic, bay leaves, and this seasoning right here, the straight drop seafood boil. Everything your seafood boil needs to make that flavor bussin'. Get it from uncledibs.com. Add your potatoes, let it boil on high for 15 minutes, then add your sausage, let it boil on high for 5 minutes. Next, add your frozen crab legs and your frozen shrimp. Then also add your frozen corn, give everything a little stir, make sure everything's well combined. Now cut that heat, cover, and set it to the side. Now let's make that big back butter. Bring half a cup of water to a boil in a medium saucepan over high heat. Reduce your heat to low and gradually add 1.5 sticks of butter, cold butter that is, until it's emulsified and thickened. Now let's upgrade that butter. Add some parsley, a couple shakes of hot sauce, a little Worcestershire sauce, and then right here, the Delta Dust. This is that Cajun seasoning you need. It's like papados in a bottle. Mix that all together, turn off the heat. By the time that big back butter is done, your seafood should be all cooked. Now grab your favorite platter and dump all that seafood on top of it. Then give it a fresh glaze of that big back butter all over the top of that seafood. And then we're gonna give it a little shine with some more of that Delta Dust. All seasonings are available at UncleDibs.com. This seafood boil is guaranteed to get your back nice and big for summer. Full recipes in the caption or just visit the link in my bio. That's good, shorty. Southern styled fried calamari, and the only seasoning you're gonna need is that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend. Watch this. Hey, listen, why wait until you gotta go to a restaurant to order this amazing appetizer? Who doesn't like calamari, fried calamari? Go to the freezer section of your supermarket, get the frozen calamari rings, thaw them out at home, and then for the wet mix, we're gonna do 2 eggs, half a cup of buttermilk, and then for that flavor, that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend. Put that all in your wet mixture, mix it all up. Now we're gonna give those calamari rings a nice bath. Make sure they're all coated with that wet mix. Set it to the side. Now we're gonna make the dry mix, which is flour, cornstarch, a little bit of fresh parsley, and then some more of that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend. Get it at UncleDibs.com, y'all. Mix that on up. And for the frying process, simple. Wet mix to dry mix. And then right in your fryer, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you don't overcrowd the pan. Fry until they're golden brown. Once they're nice and crispy to your liking, go ahead and set those calamari rings to the side. And I'm telling you, you're gonna love this. See, I got my dipping sauce. Let's try it out. That's good, shawty. Making salmon steaks tonight, y'all. The only seasoning you're gonna need is that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend. Watch this. Oil up your salmon steaks, then you're gonna add that Uncle Dibs King Creole blend to your fish. You can get it at UncleDibs.com. Get a skillet on hot, then add your salmon steaks one at a time, and then we're gonna season up the other sides of the salmon steaks. Give it a flip, add your herbs, butter, and a little bit of dill, and then a nice fresh squeeze of lemon juice. Go ahead and baste that salmon with that butter. You should be looking good, shawty. Now I know you can see that flavor. Let's try it out though. That's good, shawty. Blackened salmon in less than 15 minutes. Let's do it, shawty. After you pat dry your salmon fillets, we're gonna flip them and we're gonna go ahead and brush down this beautiful salmon skin with some melted, unsalted butter. Always cook the skin side down first so it's easier to flip in your skillet. Now I'm gonna season up that skin with that straight drop rub. You can get it from UncleDibs.com. Now this is how you blacken salmon. Get your cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. Place your salmon down one at a time, and then baste the rest of that butter over the top side of your salmon. Season it about 5 minutes on each side or until it's cooked all the way through. Eat this with anything, a salad, some green beans, some potatoes. It's on you, shawty. That's good, shawty. Cuffing season is here, and if you're looking to lock down that special someone, let me introduce you to my Cuff Me Surf and Turf pasta. After they eat this, trust me, they ain't going nowhere. First, season up your steak. I'm using my Texas steak rub. If you're from Texas, then you know what Papacitos is. It's that flavor all in one bottle. Get it from UncleDibs.com. Cook that steak to their desired temperature. I'm a medium rare guy, so that's about 5 minutes on each side. Throw a little bit of butter in there, and then go ahead and set your steak to the side. Next, it's about that surf. Oil up your shrimp, and then for flavor, I'm using my Delta Dust Blackened seasoning. The flavor is like Papados in a bottle. Go ahead and season up your shrimp. Saute them in that skillet. Cook for about 4 or 5 minutes. It's not going to take long at all. Then remove your shrimp and set them to the side. Now let's talk about this sauce. Now this is where you seal the deal. Add 1 cup of heavy cream to that pan. Give it a nice stir. Add some fresh Parmesan cheese and continue to stir. Now we got to flavor up that sauce. Add some more of that Delta Dust and let that simmer. Go ahead and get your pasta going. Cut up your steak into nice strips and then add your pasta once it's cooked to your Alfredo sauce. Mix your pasta with that sauce so everything is nice and well combined. Then add that surf, that's your shrimp, and then add that turf, that's that steak. Finish with some parsley and some more Parmesan cheese, and they're gonna be ready to make it official, shawty. To get this full recipe, visit the link in my bio. That's good, shawty. Feed the whole family just using 1 steak. This is how you make my loaded steak potato skillet. Watch this. First, parboil your potatoes for 8 minutes. While those potatoes are boiling, heat a cast iron skillet over medium heat and cook your bacon. Grab a 1-pound ribeye, slice it in half, and then cut against the grain into strips. Turn it to the side, and then slice it into cubes. In a large bowl, add olive oil to your steak, and then for flavor, we're coming with that Texas steak rub. Made right here in the heart of Texas. Give it all that flavor that you need. Mix it on up, set it to the side. Now your bacon should be done cooking. Set it to the side and also remove your potatoes from the boiling water. Next, add your steak to that skillet. Cook for about 2 minutes on each side until it's just browned on the outside, still juicy. Next, add your potatoes to the skillet. Add some butter and some minced garlic, and then for flavor for those potatoes, we're using that Uncle Dibs straight drop rub. Now let's load this thing on up. Add your steak, some cheddar cheese, green onion, and your bacon. This is the perfect 1-pan meal that can feed the whole family. Full recipes on my site. That's good, shawty. Let's make garlic butter steak and potato bites with only 1 seasoning. Grab a potato and slice it into bite-sized pieces. Soak them in water for at least 30 minutes. Slice up a ribeye steak into bite-sized pieces, throw it in a bowl, cover with olive oil, and then for flavor, we're using that Texas steak rub. Get it from UncleDibs.com. Add some oil to a cast iron skillet over medium-high heat. Add your steak, sear on both sides for 2 to 3 minutes. Remove the steak, add your garlic, butter, and potatoes. Season some more with that Texas steak rub. Add some onion and cook until fork tender. Add your steak back to the party, top with parsley, and you're good to go. That's good, shawty. I can't make it to Mardi Gras this year, but I'm bringing the party to my kitchen with this Cajun surf and turf. First, season your steak with the Texas steak rub. Get it from UncleDibs.com. Season up both sides. Get a cast iron skillet nice and hot. Add olive oil and then cook for 5 to 6 minutes on each side for medium rare. In that same skillet, add some butter and then add your shrimp. Then add that King Creole blend for that Mardi Gras flavor. Get it from UncleDibs.com. Cook your shrimp on both sides, then remove. Add some garlic and then deglaze with some beef broth. Add your heavy cream, then some spicy brown mustard. Whip that all together and then finish with some Parmesan cheese. Surf and turf is great on its own, but once you hit it with that Cajun sauce, it takes it to a whole nother level, shawty. Get the full recipe below or at UncleDibs.com. That's good, shawty. Steak, rasta, pasta, and the only 2 seasonings you're gonna need is that Uncle Dibs Texas steak rub and that Uncle Dibs jerk nice spice. Let's get it. First, we're making the steak. Oil up both sides of your ribeye. Season with that Uncle Dibs Texas steak rub. Get your skillet nice and hot. You know the drill. Put it in the pan. Give it a nice flip about 6-7 minutes through. A little butter, a little garlic. Make sure you put some of that garlic butter right on that steak. Set it to the side and let it rest. Now it's time to make the rasta sauce for our pasta. Melt some butter, then add some onion, then a little bit of garlic, and wait until that becomes fragrant. Next, we're gonna add our veggies. I'm using red, yellow, and green bell peppers. Let that cook down in the same skillet. Then you're gonna add your favorite white wine. Then we're gonna add some heavy cream, stir that on up. And then the secret ingredient is that Uncle Dibs jerk nice spice. Put that all in your sauce and stir that on up. We're cooking this all over medium-high heat. Once all those flavors are done combining, we're gonna turn the heat down to low and then add some fresh Parmesan cheese to thicken up the sauce. Then you're gonna wanna add your pasta and then combine all those flavors. By now, your steak should be well rested. We're gonna chop it up into nice strips and then lay it right on top of the pasta and top it off with some of that Rasta pasta sauce. Let's try it out. That's good, shawty.